people can save the people. So one more time, please, with feeling. I know I did not get you out here on a Monday evening for no feeling. What brought you out here to act so serious? Dig, and sing it with your chest. 3, 2, 1, solo el fuego, solo el fuego. And if one of us falls, we all rise up. Here. This one is pretty easy, and I'm going to see if you can just follow along instinctively. We don't want no camps. We don't want no camps. Say it one more time. Oh, I appreciate you. We don't want no camps. 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 You can stop this violence. We don't want no camps. This nonsense. We don't want no camps. In that order. We don't want no camps. 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 You can stop this violence. We don't want no camps. You can stop this nonsense. We don't want no camps. Sing! We don't want no camps. We don't want no camps. Thank you all again for coming out here today. If you are a speaker, could you real quick come and check in with me? And in the meantime, I will hand the microphone off to our MC of the day, Ananas.
Woo! Everybody, how are we feeling today? I can't hear you. I said, how are we feeling today? Thank you all for coming out. Special thank you to the Baltimore Rapid Response Choir for coming out. We're just gonna do some chants while we figure out the speaker lineup. So we're gonna start with our oldie but goodie. Ice out of Baltimore!
Ice out of Baltimore!
Ice out of Baltimore!
Ice out of Baltimore!
Ice out of everywhere!
Ice out of everywhere!
Ice out of everywhere!
Ice out of everywhere!
Ice out of Baltimore!
Ice out of Baltimore!
Ice out of Baltimore!
Ice out of Baltimore!
Ice out of everywhere!
Ice out of everywhere!
Ice out of everywhere!
Ice out of everywhere!
No ice! No KKK! No fascist USA!
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 24 jobs and education!
24 jobs and education!
Not for ice and deportation!
Not for ice and deportation!
24 jobs and education!
24 jobs and education!
Not for ice and deportation!
Not for ice and
no compromise, no retreat.
That's right.
So when I say no compromise, I need all of y'all to say no retreat. No compromise!
No retreat!
No compromise!
No retreat!
No compromise!
No retreat!
And we say that not as a slogan, not as a catchy saying, but because we recognize that we are at war.
Yeah.
And we will not compromise, we will not concede, and we will not retreat from our enemy.
That's right.
And whether it is the police, ICE, or the United States military, these militarized arms of the state serve capital and will do anything in their power to maintain these systems of domination.
Yeah.
We have comrades who have been tear gassed, flashbanged, and attacked by the same occupying forces that are terrorizing our colonized communities.
That's right.
And shame! Say it louder, shame!
Shame!
And 15 minutes from where they're planning to host World Cup games, hundreds of captives are demanding their freedom and disavowing the inhumane conditions they're facing at Delaney Hall.
That's right.
As this imperialist, genocidal state publicly celebrates the World Cup games and offers free festivals and tickets, it simultaneously kidnaps, destabilizes, displaces, and violently attacks people inside the settler colony.
Hey.
Shame!
Shame!
Delaney Hall is only one of many examples of the internal colonization people face in the belly of the beast. And there's another one right here in Baltimore that my students have been detained in, that their parents have been detained in, that their parents have been deported from. Shame!
Shame!
And while internally the United States is engaged in this terror and domination of the people it's colonized, globally it maintains Western hegemony through these same tactics.
That's right.
It has bombed Venezuela, kidnapped President Nicolas Maduro and first combatant Celia Flores, increased the murderous blockade on Cuba. Shame!
Shame!
Bombed babies in Iran.
Shame! Shame!
And continue to fund the genocide and ethnic cleansing in Palestine and West Asia.
Shame!
Despite this blatant disregard for human dignity or true people-centered human rights, they are still co-hosting the World Cup.
Yeah.
Because of this, the Black Alliance for Peace is calling on the international community to boycott the 2026 World Cup Games scheduled for the United States.
Yeah.
And so I'll be reading a statement that we released a couple days ago in support of this boycott. The Black Alliance for Peace's North-South Project for People-Centered Human Rights raised the issue months ago of the fundamental inappropriateness of the 2026 FIFA World Cup being hosted in the United States. The project argued that the United States human rights record, including blatant actions globally that constitute crimes against humanity, war crimes, and complicity in genocide, along with the systematic abuse of the human rights of migrants, immigrants, and even United States citizens domestically through the unleashing of ICE, renders the United States ineligible to host the games. The project called for the tournament to be moved from the United States, a call that was ignored. Now, with the games scheduled to begin in just a few weeks, the Black Alliance for Peace and its Human Rights Project have no choice but to call on the international community to withdraw all support from the games through an international boycott. It is outrageous and obscene that FIFA would allow the United States, a nation operating completely outside the bounds of international law and established international morality, to host the World Cup while providing material and political support for an ongoing genocide, constructing a regime of domestic terror through ICE goons who beat, murder, and disappear people into the vast detention gulags of the United States, invading and capturing a sitting president, attacking Iran, and imposing a humanitarian crisis on Cuba through criminal siege tactics perfected by Israel and Gaza, stated Ajamu Baraka, who is the director of the North-South Project for People-Centered Human Rights. That is clear. As long as the United States continues its brutal assaults on the humanity and sovereignty of peoples and nations through the world in pursuit of full spectrum domination, it remains an illegitimate and dangerous host for the World Cup.
Right.
But even more importantly, we believe it is a moral necessity to reject any attempt to use the World Cup as an instrument for normalizing international lawlessness, marginalizing accountability, and desecrating the memories of the tens of thousands of victims of U.S. criminality around the world.
That's right.
BAP National Coordinator Erica Keynes understands that this is a controversial position that may not be understood, even by people who recognize and oppose U.S. domestic and foreign policies. We understand the excitement and pride of a nation that qualified and will compete in the World Cup. However, participation in the games while they are hosted in the United States does not uphold the beautiful game as it was meant to be celebrated. Instead, it risks normalizing genocide, domestic repression, militarism, and death. That is precisely why the Black Alliance for Peace stands firm in the insistence that this year's World Cup and the United States itself must be boycotted.
That's right.
Conscience and political consistency demand nothing less. The U.S. agenda for domination is clear, and therefore our response must also be clear. We will not bend to U.S. imperialism or to any of its subordinate international institutions, including FIFA.
That's right.
Our resistance is politically grounded and informs our focused commitment to boycott the World Cup, boycott the United States, and advance the collective struggle for people-centered human rights. BAP calls on the international community to join us in this fight for authentic human rights grounded in the principles of self-determination, social justice, democracy, and radical social transformation. And again, no compromise!
No retreat!
No compromise!
No retreat!
No compromise!
No retreat!
Thank you for being here today. I'm pissed that I have to be here, as I know you all are, because we're tired of seeing our neighbors be kidnapped off the streets.
Yeah.
And I remember being here in this plaza back at the beginning of the year when we stood in vigil for Renee Nicole Good when she was murdered by this fascist regime.
Shame.
And shame. And it wasn't just her, it was Alex Preddy, it was Keith Porter, and the number of other people that we don't even know the names of necessarily of who have died in detention.
Yeah.
Not only that, but there are so many names that we won't know that have been disappeared.
Yeah.
Think about that. In the United States of America, in 2026, people disappeared off our streets.
Shame.
We know this already. But what I want to bring to attention here today is about cowardice and the word pretext. The word pretext is used by corporate Democrats to stop the First Amendment, to stop people protesting against these inhumane conditions.
Yeah.
We saw that same language used in Illinois earlier this year. And guess what? They still came in and they still killed Renee Good and they still killed Alex Preddy.
Shame.
Pretext will be invented regardless of what is done on the ground. They don't need an excuse. And when you quell protests, you don't quell the voices. The people are still there.
That's right.
But all you are using is state violence to hurt those who are looking out for their neighbors. There are people protesting whose family members are literally inside these buildings.
Yeah.
And the audacity to shut that down in the name of public safety is nonsense. The people inside those buildings deserve the same safety that we all have. So shame on Mikey Sherrill and shame on these feckless Democrats that will not stand up, that will not actually do what is right for our community. We have to hold them accountable because at the end of the day, when we get through this, and by God, we will get through this, we have to have elected officials that will hold these people accountable. There needs to be actual trials and prosecution. We know the inhumane conditions. We know the crimes against humanity that have been committed. There is no question about that. It is evident, it is documented, it is reported. So we must all make sure, not just now, between now and when these fascists are out of office, because they will. Because fascism always goes down. It will. But we have to be vigilant. We have to be vigilant. And we have to make sure there is accountability now and after the fact. So please, I urge you, part of that accountability is looking out for your neighbors. It is so amazing that you are out here today. But if you have not been out on patrol and making sure that your neighbors are safe, helping immigrant rights groups, connect families with resources, please. Oh wait. I urge you to talk with any of the organizers here today to get connected because that work is ongoing and nonstop. It is so critical that you are out there, and I'm so grateful to see you all here today, and I look forward to this hell finally ending. Thank you.
Let's go, let's give it up for Hadley one more time from the
USA! Tell the truth and stop the lies!
Tell the truth and stop the lies.
Renee Good didn't have to die!
Renee Good didn't have to die.
Tell the truth and stop the lies!
Tell the truth and stop the lies.
Alex Brady didn't have to die!
Alex Brady didn't have to die.
Tell the truth and stop the lies!
Tell the truth and stop the lies.
Keith Porter didn't have to die!
Keith Porter didn't have to die.
Tell the truth and stop the lies!
Tell the truth and stop the lies.
Bilal Abdullah didn't have to die!
Bilal Abdullah didn't have to die.
Tell the truth and stop the lies!
Tell the truth and stop the lies.
Renee Good didn't have to die!
Renee Good didn't have to die.
Alex Brady didn't have to die!
Alex Brady didn't have to die.
Keith Porter didn't have to die!
Keith Porter didn't have to die.
Bilal Abdullah didn't have to die!
Bilal Abdullah didn't have to die.
Woo! Give it up for yourselves! We're almost ready to march. We have two more speakers, an open mic for anyone who wants, and then we're gonna march to the ballot building! Alright, next up we have Carrington Scott, the union steward who was recently fired by the Walters Art Museum. Shame on the Walters! And member of the People's Power Assembly. Give it up for Carrington.
Good evening, sisters, brothers, and siblings. My name is Carrington. I'm with the People's Power Assembly. I'm also a member of the Struggle for Socialism Party. A few words I just want to give today. The call that we've been, championing through this whole ICE struggle has been free them all, free the prisoners, free the detained in ICE captivity. The call that has united, it's so interesting to me that is the call that wakes up the masses of this nation. Free them all. We heard those words when the genocide started in Palestine. When the resistance launched Al-Aqsa flood, their demand was to free the prisoners, because they knew that the prisoners locked up by the Zionist occupation were locked up unjustly. Just like how the Black liberation struggle, the call has been free them all. You have free Mamiya, you have free anyone that's been locked up by this racist system. For Black liberation, it's been free them all. For Palestinian liberation, it's been free them all. And right now, when America is staring down the barrel of fascism, the call we unite with the world is free them all. But we know what it takes to free them all. It isn't just joy, it isn't just happiness being resistance. It's organizing, it's blood, sweat, and tears. It is disruption, it is fighting back. It is doing what you need to do, like Malcolm X said, by any means necessary, and to become the blade in the throat of fascism, like George Jackson said. That is what is needed to overcome this. Yes, fascism will fall, but we have to make it fall. Che Guevara said that it is we who have to knock the apple down. The apple won't just fall from the tree. We have to knock the apple down. We have to bring this system down. We have to use our bodies. We have to use our voice. We have to use any means necessary to free them all, to end this system, to end Zionism, to end racism, to end capitalism, to end oppression, and bring about true liberation. In the spirit of Pride Month, we're not all liberated till none of us are free till all of us are free. We're seeing such great attacks. What brings us together now is also genocide. The genocide in Palestine, the genocide on the trans community, the long genocide on Black and brown people, with Black mothers dying exponentially longer or more on the birth table now. Black children are being found lynched on trees. We are facing genocide. The oppressed of the world are facing genocide by the same asshat, and that asshat goes by the name of either Uncle Sam or Jim Crow. It's the same bloodsucker. It's the same villain that is in the area, that is blowing up our areas, blowing up our third spaces, blowing up our places of culture, our places of education, our places of healing. And it is our unity, our struggle, unified together by any means necessary, that will end it once and for all. Thank you.
Right. Thank you, Carrington.
Give it up one more time for Carrington! And happy Pride, everybody! Happy fucking Pride!
Yes!
And in honor of Pride Month, we're going to do a chant that you're probably familiar with. It goes, Stonewall was a riot, we will not be quiet. Stonewall was a
Riot!
We will not be
Riot!
Stonewall was a
Riot!
We will not be
Riot!
Stonewall was a
Riot!
We will not be
Riot!
Stonewall was a
Riot!
We will not be
Riot!
ICE out of Baltimore!
ICE out of Baltimore!
ICE out of Baltimore! but she is actually out in San Francisco with the IOPS Southern California chapter for their Advance the People Struggle Political Conference. So, introducing Kenesha, member of the People's Power Assembly, part of the Eyes on Ice Coalition, and a proud member of the IOPS, the International League of People Struggle, Baltimore DMV chapter. I'm sorry I cannot be there physically, but it is important we are showing solidarity with the migrant immigrant community in New Jersey. This is a righteous fight, and it's very important that we come together and fight against these wicked forces. It takes a lot of courage to come forward to shine light on the truth, especially while still in harm's way. It is no coincidence that a privately owned Geo Group concentration camp is not far from Essex County Correctional Facility. Mass incarceration is one of the many tactics to torture, silence, and to traumatize our communities by our government. As allies in the fight against the brutal ICE attacks, we cannot ignore the identical tactics used by police. Law enforcement is always going to work to suppress dissent. We see that in the designated First Amendment space and news coming from Delaney. Safety truly depends on the masses. We keep us safe is an action phrase. It is time for us to depend on each other, not state forces who have historically dehumanized and divided our communities. We shall not let police put on riot gear in vain. Loved ones and comrades deserve dignity. As we all gather here today outside of the Fallon building, just know our fight in Baltimore is far from over. Legislation is a start, but we witness law enforcement is going to help each other regardless of what is written in the law. We need to demand the closure of the Fallon building, immediate release of our comrades, abolishment of the ankle monitors, and review of our entire system of policing. Justice for las Madres Unidas en la Lucha and all of those who have been abducted by our federal government.
Thank you, Anonymous, for reading that statement. We were going to have an open mic prefacing the march, but I think some of you look hot and maybe ready to go. Is that it? Do we feel ready to go? Woo! Hell yeah. So we will hold the open mic outside of the Fallon building where we are about to march. Dear Comrade Grant here will be explaining our route logistics real quick, and then the Baltimore Rapid Response Choir will be leading us in chants as we march.
Good. How about you?
We don't want no
It's a nice sweater.
Oh, thanks. This is my mom's sweater.
Oh.
Ain't it nice though?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shoes. Oh, thank you.
The whole fit. Okay. All the clean as hell.
All the signs.
Solo el pueblo, salva el pueblo. And if one of us falls, we all rise up. Solo el pueblo, salva el pueblo. And if one of us falls, what? We all rise up. That's right, el pueblo, salva el pueblo. And if one of us falls, we all rise up. Salva el pueblo. And if one of us falls, we all rise up. Salva el pueblo. Salva el pueblo. And if one of us falls, we all rise up. Salva el pueblo. Salva el pueblo. And if one of us falls, what?
We all rise up.
Salva el pueblo, salva el pueblo, sing! And if one of us falls, we all rise up. Salva el pueblo, salva el pueblo. And if one of us falls, we all rise up. What's that? Do we already?
Again?
We want to do we already again?
Step by step, the longest march can be won, can be won. Many stones can form an arch, singly none, singly none. And by union, what we will can be accomplished still. Drops of water turning down, singly none.
All right. What do you say we take it back with some classic chant leading? I cannot hear you. There are so many of you, and I hear nothing. Can we get the classic chant leading going
Ice out of Baltimore!
Or actually,
Ice out of Maryland! Ice out of Jersey! Ice out of everywhere! Ice out of Baltimore! Ice out of Maryland! Ice out of New Jersey! Ice out of everywhere! The people united will never be defeated! The people united will never be defeated! no, no, no nos moverán. Junto al río. Thank you. We want to do step by step one more time so you can maybe get it. We were trying to march it, but step by step, the longest march can be one, Many stones can build an arch, singly none. But by union, what we will shall be accomplished still. Drops of water turn a mill. Singly none. Let's see if I can get to it. Step by step, the longest march can be won. Many stones can form an arch, singly none. And by union, what we will can be accomplished still. Drops of water. Turn a mill, singly none. Step by step, the longest march can be won. Many stones can form an arch, singly none. And by union, what we will can be accomplished still. Drops of water turn a mill, singly none. Again, singly none.
A lot of places right now, but I figured that was a really important segue for what I have been thinking about lately. When I was putting the program together, this is my first time doing something like this, and I'm really glad to see so many people have come out today. I was contemplating a moment of silence, because the importance of a moment of silence is slotted in any program is one thing. What it actually means to channel feeling in any given moment is another. And I want us all really quickly to ground ourselves in exactly what it means when we say moment of silence. We are mourning. We are grieving openly. And we are doing what this system does not want us to do, which is feel for our fellow human being. When we feel for our fellow human being, we recognize that kindness transcends borders. Kindness transcends characteristic. Kindness transcends everything we have taught to believe makes us. But everything that we are taught to believe makes us is a product of the same system that wants to strip our frickin' rights away, that wants to commodify our existence. So when you take a moment of silence, you don't just mourn people who have lost their lives due to state violence. You don't just mourn people who have died unjustly, been murdered by ICE, by the KKK, by Israel, by the US. You mourn for the version of you that should have been there from the start, that should have understood as a baseline that your existence is justified simply because you are. Can I hear you say that? You are justified because you are. You are justified because you are. You, I, are justified because you are. I am justified because I am. I am justified because I am. I am justified because I am. Mean it. Mean it. A moment of silence. Thank you all. I appreciate you all. I really do. Before I move on, and my wonderful MC Anan is here. Give it up for Ananis one more time. Manning the fort really well. Before I give up the mic to our next open mic speaker, we were sent a message by a dear comrade this morning who is currently at a conference organizing for all of the same stuff, which is fantastic. I was recommended we read this letter from the detainees inside Delaney Hall, and so I am going to do that so we can continue to ground our mission and move forward in stride, knowing what their words are and how to hone that message. We, the detainees at the Delaney Hall Detention Facility, wish to express our objection to the violation of our rights as immigrant human beings. We, the detainees, are demanding our progressive release, based on the fact that our arrests were illegal. Immigrants to this country have the right to await our pending immigration proceedings outside of prison. Therefore, we demand to be released on bond or parole so that we may complete our proceedings. Furthermore, we call for greater efficiency in our judicial processes, as well as greater effectiveness and urgency for those who request and sign their voluntary release. We believe it is unjust to keep people who wish to leave of their own free will in custody for up to 3 months. In addition to the unlawful and forced detention of most of us who find ourselves locked up here, there is the inhumane treatment that all detainees in this facility endure on a daily basis. The company in charge, GEO Boo, fails to meet the basic conditions necessary to protect our health and our lives. To their administrative incompetence, we must add the following injustices and irregularities perpetrated by ICE and GEO. Food containing worms or in a state of decay, unresolved issues particularly regarding the bathrooms which are in terrible and inhumane condition, ventilation problems, serious health issues. Most people have a persistent flu with phlegm that won't go away. Many have conjunctivitis. Sorry, this is my first time reading this. Urinary tract infections, fever, and coughs. Medical care issues. If you're sick, you have to submit a request that takes 2 weeks to be answered, or you never get a response at all. Nurses refuse to treat you Nurses refuse to treat you right away. They only prescribe Tylenol for all ailments. The nurse's exact words, "We're not a pharmacy." ICE agents coerce detainees into signing deportation orders. There is no emergency protocol in case of falls or attacks. Emergency response arrives an hour late. It's kind of reminding me of how we function in Baltimore as well. Judges' rulings are highly questionable. Most bond requests are denied without legal basis. Detainees are forced to work, in most cases without pay or for $1 an hour. We appreciate the support of everyone who is protesting outside the facility. We want you to know that you give us the strength and determination to keep going. Please don't give up. We ask all relevant authorities for an urgent response and look forward to hearing from them. With the utmost respect, the detainees at the Delaney Hall facility. God bless you. And with that, the microphone is back open.
I can say a couple of things. My voice carries. I'll let her keep the microphone. So I know that we've also done some flyering as people were leaving the Fallon building a few times, where we've given people instructions on how to become a whistleblower. That's one of the actions that we have taken. With regard to things like that, that's when we start getting into like compartmentalized knowledge, and I can't go into too much detail beyond that because I don't know. In terms of moving people around has been a regular tactic that they have had, especially at the very beginning, and even with Kilmar, whenever he was first abducted. And we first started having a presence out here, they immediately moved him just so that he didn't have that support. And so that was one of the things that they have been doing in terms of bouncing people around. One of the challenges of preventing it completely is we don't know when they're moving people, and we don't know in and out of where necessarily. We have a lot of patrols that have been happening over the course of the past year. So we have ideas, but even the patrols that we have are limited in nature, where we're basically going out to where we know that they have been, but they've changed their tactics up a little bit as well. So for example, when we first started doing patrols, they were doing a lot of gathering up at a parking lot somewhere, getting like 4 or 5 vehicles together, and then going somewhere to do it, which we got actually fairly good at responding to. So they changed their tactics, and lately most of what they've been doing is traffic stops, grabbing people at gas stations, pulling people over, and then a lot of us who have been doing patrols or responses are basically just trying to help get the vehicle back to the family after the fact, and things like that. To be able to do what you're talking about and like prevent them from moving people, we would need to know and have a presence, basically like blocking the parking lot so that they can't get their vehicles out, or something like that. And that would be something that would require civil disobedience. That's something that, some people are more or less willing to do, but we also need numbers to be able to do. In terms of changing conditions, again, that requires a little bit of like having internal whistleblowers and things like that, because of the fact that we're not able to go in on any just normal day and have a presence there. So those are just a couple of like response challenges and just dynamics. Part of it is just, I'm really proud of the community in general by how much we've done. We still have a lot that we can do. And so part of why we still have this every week is, even if you're involved and you're in your local neighborhood Ice Watch group, and we've broken out, Baltimore has a neighborhood Ice Watch. I believe in every neighborhood. I could be wrong that there might be 1 or 2 outliers, but I'm pretty sure we have every neighborhood covered. So we can get more people and we can plug them into our existing infrastructure, and we can keep on building and growing. We have support systems for the families that have been detained, but even those are limited. For the most part, with regard to our Care Bears team and with the IRC specifically, with regard to our Care Bears team and our food drive, some of the things, the conditions is that we can only serve family, because of our limited resources, we can only serve families that their primary breadwinner was taken. We can only support them for 3 months at a time, and it has to be a single family unit, so not living with extended family as well, and aunts and uncles. And we have multiple dozen families that we're serving. So just to let people know the scale of the problem, because of the fact that that isn't including women who were in domestic violence situations, and so therefore, it doesn't necessarily fit the services, but they still need assistance. It doesn't include people who are in multi-generational households where they're living with an aunt or an uncle, or if the person who is taken was not the primary breadwinner. So there's still a lot where we need to expand our services to be able to support our families, but it's also just to be able to do things like, if we ever want to surround and block this building or anything like that. So there's a lot of challenges ahead of us. There's a lot to brainstorm on. Eyes on Ice, we are actually getting ready to have another organizing meeting very soon. Based upon the information we haven't confirmed it. It probably is going to be Thursday the 11th, yes. But we'll make sure that we put a blast out so that we have as many people to participate as possible, because we can, one of the great things about us as an organization is that we're not a 501c3, we're just a group of civilians who are trying to make our area better.
Yep.
So we could do whatever we want.
Yay!
You know, we can reform, we can recalibrate, and we can move things around. So definitely please join us, and we'll figure out what we need to do to make everything better.
All right.
Sorry.
Great presentation.